Yo, guys, it's the kid, 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 it's the kid. I'm officially going bald.
Going.
Yeah, like official, because basically I was doing like a video earlier on, and I don't know, maybe it's these extra lights, and I just sort of put my head like this, and there's literally, because I'm not going to show it here because I'm too embarrassed. There's literally like a massive bald patch along here, and there's bits of hair there. Horrible. Horrible. Like, it just shows that, yeah, you know what, you're getting old.
You ain't got no hair on your head anyway.
No, I think that's just the official thing of what you know that, you know what, it's over, man. Like, but you know, the baldness now reigns through. So, guys, look, man, we've got a show for you. We've got a lot of stuff to unpack. We're going to unpack the Premier League, review the season, look at how the season has been, you know, the COVID-19 and everything, where people finished, relegation zone, top of the zone, the top four, Brendan Rodgers, Liverpool. Then we're going to talk about Henderson. We're going to talk about Henderson, and that's going to lead into who's been the player of the season. We'll have a discussion about Jamie Vardy. You know, is Jamie Vardy actually underrated? Maybe even more of a discussion about Aubameyang, who almost was top of the goal scoring charts for 2 seasons in a row, and people need to put some respect on his name. Then we're going to talk a little bit about Mbappe. Talking about his injury, where he is officially out of the quarterfinal. How will that affect PSG? And so forth. And then, you know, if we have any time, we will take some of your questions. So, without further ado, man, so let's just introduce the first topic. So, look, man, the Premier League season is over, and we saw how the Liverpool won 99 points. And they could have broken the record, but they didn't do it. So, first thing I want to deal with is let's deal with the champions first. So, in your view, where would you rank this Liverpool season? You know, the 99 points, it's probably one of the earliest wins that we've had. I don't know, somebody needs to do a fact check for me. Is this the earliest anybody has ever won the league by?
Well,
that's a fact check.
Well, it's the latest. We're in July.
Hey, don't use semantics. Don't use semantics.
They secured top 4 by Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. Around that time, Christmas, New Year.
Yeah, they won it with
secured top 4 by then.
They won it with 7 games to spare, which is the quickest, should I say, in terms of games.
So the question is this. So basically, the question is, how do you rank this season? Because, and here's where I stand, and I remain here. Single season. So don't bring me they had 98 points. No, single season. For me, I still say, in my view, Invincibles, Centurions, and I'm going to say this Liverpool team. I'm going to put them ahead of the Chelsea team that lost 1 game. I'm going to put them ahead of the treble winning team because, yes, what they did was amazing because they also won the Champions League and the FA Cup as well. But I'm just focusing on the performance within a Premier League season. So that's for me. I still say it is what it is. I mean, pick and choose Invincible, Central, but something just sounds sexy of "you never beat me." It's like it's the Floyd Mayweather complex. You never beat me. You never beat me. So I always walked off the pitch, never a loser. So then the Centurions and this Liverpool team. So Neeks, where would you put this?
I can't isolate a competition from another because it's easier, or it should be hypothetically easier to win a Premier League with a certain amount of points if you give up on all your competitions, the League Cup, the FA Cup, and get knocked out of the Champions League early. It's easier. So, but when you're going deep in these competitions, as Liverpool saw last season, they weren't able to win both the Premier League and the Champions League. Man City, for all their success, haven't been able to win the Premier League and the Champions League in the same season. It's not easy. So yeah, maybe they were able to get some amount of wins and a certain amount of points because they're only having to play once a week once they got or knocked out the FA Cup and knocked out the League Cup. So it's very hard to isolate the Premier League when the fact is the season encompasses all competitions. But if we have to isolate, there is no greater achievement than Leicester City. if we're going to be honest, if we have to talk about a Premier League season, there is no greater achievement than what Leicester City done. I don't care how many points they got.
He speaks the truth. He speaks truth. He speaks truth. Because no,
don't bring the whole because
Hope
just of what's on the ground.
No, because you said it yourself. You said take away everything else, just the Premier League. Because remember, Leicester didn't have to deal with Champions League or none of that. All they had to do was the Premier League, and they won it. And it's Leicester City. They had no right to win the Premier League. So if you're going to take away everything else, Leicester have to be in the conversation. I'm not going to put them top.
Are you putting it
I'm not going to put
ahead
them
of
top.
Centurions and
No, I'm not going to put them top. But I understand why Neeks said that. They have to be in the conversation. Me personally, I'm going to go for the Invincibles. And the reason why is Centurions was done. The very next season, they almost done it again. Liverpool are a point off. No one's come close to doing an Invincible season. No one. In the whole history of English football, the only other team to do it was Preston North End in a 19-game season. And no one else has done it. So for me, until someone does it...
19 games?
19 games. That's how long the season was. And it was in the 18 something.
What the hell were they doing in the bloody Stone Ages, man?
It was the 19th century.
They had to work. They had to work for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we can't play next week.
These are actual carpenters.
Yeah. So for me, it's that. And then I'm gonna say Man City. If you're taking away the trebles, the Champions League and the FA Cup, then I'll put Chelsea, the Chelsea team that only one lost game and conceded 14 goals all season, something like that. Yeah. Do you know how insane that is to concede 14 goals in 38 games? And win the league at a canter, a same league, the very year after a team went unbeaten. And you had Man United in their pomp, Arsenal in their pomp. You had teams chasing you down. You could see 14 goals all season. For me, that's special.
Can I just say quickly? There's a few people saying, Chelsea, they nearly done it. Chelsea didn't nearly do it. Chelsea lost their first league game of the season
early
in October. So they didn't come close to doing it. Yes, they only lost one game. But it wasn't like the 37th game. It was in the offing. If anything, this Liverpool side and the Man United side in 2011 came the closest in the sense that they're the only side to have crossed over to the new year and they were still unbeaten. Liverpool obviously went to, I think, about February, March, and they lost to Watford. So yeah, Chelsea did very well, but they didn't come close to really doing the unbeaten. There's a comment there from Rodney says to win the league now, you need 90 points minimum. You say that. But then last season was the only time when you actually needed it, in the sense that when Man City got 100 points, Man United finished second with 81. Therefore, mathematically, 82 points would have won it. This season, Liverpool got 99 points, but Man City weren't in the race. Man City won like 81, 82 points. So I'm not saying I'm not saying you shouldn't aim for it, and I guess that's the bar you need to aim for because of what's happened. But last season was the only season where that 90-point target was hit by both teams.
Both teams, yeah. Both teams. Liverpool got 97.
But just because we have like a lot to cover, just a definitive answer. Where do you rank this Liverpool's win team if you were to rank it in terms of all of the single season Premier League teams?
Fifth.
Say again?
Fifth. So which are the four?
Invincibles, Centurions, United treble winning team, Chelsea, and then Liverpool.
Yeah, I have to put it fifth, but I just don't like the way the question's worded in terms of just the individual Premier League season, because I would put the Man United 99-2000 team, which is the same side that won the treble, and then therefore defended their title in 99-2000 and won it by 18 points, and they were the original holders of the earliest side to win it. So I think there's so many different factors. I can't just single out the one Premier League season, but this Liverpool side is definitely top 5 overall. I'm going to be honest, because if I can't even just look at this season. They won the Champions League last year. That's a big achievement. And then they went again in the league and got 2 points more than they did last year and won the league. So even when I'm just looking at the Liverpool side, I can't even just look at this one individual season, because this season they were brilliant, but they had no competition. Last season, they were brilliant, and the only thing that stopped them was the competition. So it's not like they've got that much better this year.
I think they've been worse than City in terms of their football.
Yeah. No.
They've just been more efficient. Okay.
Yeah, so I can't look at this season and say, oh, this is the season, and therefore they're the best or the second best because they got 99 points. Last year they had a competition.
Okay, so just quick super chat. So from Just Beston, Moose celebrating 6th. The little man isn't a goat. We'll get there. We'll get to Uncle Mo. Relax. We'll get to Uncle Mo, you flipping hater. From a boy yes side who says, Leicester is the greatest thing I've witnessed. Is the Centurion even the best Man City ever? For me, 2012 City team is greater than the Centurion. You're smoking crack. How?
Why are all of our viewers watching smoking crack?
They got 100 points. Come on, bro. They got 100 points. That is easily that City team, that pocket. That's as easily City's greatest team.
So,
fact.
AFTV and chill or Football Dugout and crack. What's that? What's that? About?
No, we don't condone crack here. We don't condone crack here. So let's move to the
question. What is the real difference between 99 points and 100 points? Is it just look fancy?
Wait. Sorry, say again.
So what's the big difference between 100 points and 99 points if you both win the title? Is it just fancy?
No, mathematics.
It's a nickname.
What's the difference between 99 and 98? Like, it's just...
No, it's more. Like, 100 points is... Even if it's 1 point, it's more points than you. We mathematically have amassed the most points ever in Premier League history.
So
that math was overrated.
So is that what we base it on now? Whoever got the most points. So you don't need to ask. No. Stop.
I never said they were the best.
Stop. No, you don't need to ask the question because therefore Man City are top, Liverpool 99 are second, Man City 98 are third, and Chelsea 95 are fourth.
No. But then what would I just say? I said that for me, I put the Invincibles as the top.
No, you can't because they didn't get 100 points.
No, but that's just me. No, because they were never beaten. They were never beaten. No, okay. Because. It's no. But see, it's what arguments do you want? Do you want? Hey, we got most points. Cool. But my argument is they never beat us. Now, make sure you won the title. But if you won the title, never been beaten, for me, that is greater than winning the title by most points. For me, some would even say Chelsea that we won the most points, most goals conceded. For me, that's greater than the most points because I believe in a proper defense and so forth. So it depends on what your philosophy is. All right, Armchair Critic says, agreed with Leeks' logic. For me, 1, Arsenal, 2, United with Cristiano, 3, Centurions, 4, Moose Chelsea. Also, is Neymar one of the best dribblers ever? Top 10? No. Not one of the best dribblers ever. He's off the bots. They're fast. I was just watching some clips of Seedorf. Put some love on Seedorf. Okay,
classic, man.
Let's move. So let's move down to the bottom of the table now. So
hey.
I'll be real with you. I'll be real with you. I thought that Villa were down and dusted. Like as they're just going L after L after. I thought these guys were done and dusted. Bournemouth were close. Bournemouth had some hope, but this just shows you just how crazy football is and this just takes me back to my days of Football Manager. Because you know what I was doing in Football Manager is that I always pick a crap team and try and get them back. So avoid relegation and in there. I think about relegation battle is just get a win from somewhere.
Yep.
Because see the difference is actually this is the Football Manager logic. Because when you're at the top, it's just like a win. I lost, draw. But when you're at the bottom, it's like long ball. 4-5-1, bring the tall guy, 3-4-3. Okay, we scored men behind the ball.
How about the thing is because when you're at the top, you said you're riding on the momentum. You say a few things in the dressing room, get a few wins on the bounce. The confidence is high. When you're at the bottom, it's just loss. You don't know where your next win's coming from. Listen, let me tell you.
That's just because every single time that you don't see because the only thing is that they always show you the league table after results, and you're like, damn. 16.
And that's why I want to shout Aston Villa because Aston Villa they beat. They got some big results recently, and they beat Arsenal.
They beat Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah, and I can't remember the other result they got, but
they beat Palace, I think it was.
Palace, but there was some good results recently. And that Arsenal game, for example, they were out of it. They were out of the running for saving themselves from relegation, and they just pulled out these results. It reminds me when I was on Football Manager one time. I was managing Blackburn, and granted, it wasn't the end of the season, but they were down right at the bottom of the table, and they hired me. I started the game unemployed, took the job, and my first 2 games was Man United and Chelsea, and I'm sitting there like, how the hell am I gonna get a result? And I don't know what I did. I don't know what juju I did. And I sat all the men behind the ball. I just had one guy up front. And I think the Man United game, I drew 1-1. The Chelsea game, I won 2-1. And it's like, oh, we actually can we can actually get a result. And then the next game, I lost against a relegation rival. So it's like, when you're down, you don't know where you're coming from. You just have to take it. You take it.
And you know what? Momentum is massive. And I think when they came back from the lockdown, a lot of people talk about the VAR decision at Sheffield United and saying how that helped them, considering they stayed up by a point and they earned the point but from that decision. That decision is massive, not just because of the point, but that gave them momentum for them to then go on the run that they went on from lockdown, where they've hardly conceded a goal and they picked up a whole bunch of points. Because I think there was something like 7 points adrift before the league was suspended. So for them to come back and survive is massive. And to be honest, I'm happy Bournemouth and Watford went down. I'm happy both of those teams went down, because now Liverpool, who are they going to sell their players to?
Okay. So my thinking is like, we have to address Watford. So Watford, in their absolute genius, said we have to save ourselves from relegation. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to sack Nigel Pearson, our manager, and we're going to instill a guy to save our season. So do you guys think that, because I believe in karma, I really believe in karma. Do you think that this was just karma coming to bite Watford in the ass of doing an absolutely stupid, idiotic move by sacking Pearson with only a few games to go?
Yes. I think we might see something come out in the media in the next few months saying that a bet was pledged that Watford would get relegated or something. Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. They brought Pearson in and they were cut adrift, I believe, when he came in.
Yeah,
he got them out of the relegation zone.
Maybe it was a bet.
With 2 games to go,
Maybe
they were out of the relegation zone. And then you sack the guy that you brought in. I think Pearson had something like a 38% win percentage, which is the best out of any manager they've had since Jovanovic, or whatever his name is, who they also sacked when he got them promoted. So they just went back to the well one too many times. I think it's not going to happen all the time. They sack managers for fun. I would never take that. Well, I would take that job because Pearson's still getting a milli. So he's happy. Do you know what I mean? He's like, don't have to stress of being relegated. It's not on my resume. I didn't get relegated. You did. And here's my £1 million. So, but who's going to take that job realistically?
I mean, the thing is, I'm happy they went down. You know, I don't wish it on anyone, but I asked, what do Watford actually bring to the Premier League? What do they actually bring to the Premier League? Like, they don't play great football. They're not pushing for Europe. They get embarrassed by Man City anytime they play them. Like, what is their...
Tridoni is a really tough guy.
That's it. They're just a difficult game for some of the big guys. But really, they're a BTEC Burnley. They're a BTEC Burnley. Because if you're going to play bad football, play bad football.
You know what they are?
Play good football by getting Delafeu and Ismail Assar, whatever. But really, you're playing bad football. If you're going to do it wrong.
They're a man, then Burnley. That's what they are.
Yeah.
A man, then Burnley.
The hood Burnley. They are the hood Burnley. It's Brexit FC versus Black Lives Matter. That's
all right. So let's just take the super chat. So the first is that, can you explain why you said Cristiano isn't top 20 EPL GOAT? Look,
I can explain. He's a hater. Next question.
He's a hater. Yeah.
Okay. Look, first of all, I never said that. Of course not. He's top 5 Premier League. I said that top 20 all-time players. For me, he isn't in my top 20 players all time. For me. Now, moving on very swiftly. Let's go back to the top of the table. Chelsea and United. Before we go to Rodgers. So, we were right. We said 3rd and 4th, but we didn't know where it would fall. But we just said, okay, but I think you said, I think, but very early on, I said Leicester City are going to get pulled in. Guys said, I said early on that, I think Leicester City will get pulled in. So Chelsea United, they finished. So before we go to Rodgers, how would you guys sort of assess Chelsea United season. See, this is for me, just a roundup now. I want to know what you guys think. I'll give credit to Lampard. He's still a rookie. He still has things to learn, but transfer ban, you lost your best player in Eden Hazard, and he was still able, with a manager of very little experience, to still finish in that top four. That is still, you still have to compliment him for that. But I just think that Chelsea defensive record atrocious, absolute atrocious. And I just think that was just the major alarming thing. And you say to yourself that to lose twice to West Ham, there are some other crazy losses, but just win. Basically, you should beat West Ham twice, but just win one of those games, you're third. So that itself was crazy. And I think as for you, United, many people had questions about Solskjaer. I still have questions about Solskjaer, but you have to give credit to him sticking with it and so forth, and the run they went on. I think that Bruno Fernandes was a huge find. Without Bruno Fernandes, they don't finish top four. They don't. I think he was a game changer for them, but also as well, Martial really finding form. And the key thing was, you see, the changer was this crazy schedule. I would argue, somebody needs to do a fact check. United have had one of the best runs in this schedule of people in this Premier League. So that really helped them, that they just knew how to keep going, and get good results, which is what really helped them to close off the gap. So, Devo, then, thoughts on, if you had to just round up and assess Chelsea and United's season?
They were the best of a bad bunch. To be honest, they did just enough to keep their heads above water and finish in the top four. Man United got the exact same points as they had last season and finished 3 places higher. So that says enough. And Chelsea, I believe, did worse than they did last season and still managed to finish in the top 4. So I think Lampard should be congratulated because it is his first time in the Premier League, and he did do what was the bare minimum of what should be expected of the Chelsea managers to get in the top 4. He's done that. His saving grace is he may win a trophy. He may still win the FA Cup. If you're a Chelsea manager and you're not winning a trophy, you've not done your job. And that's if any Chelsea fan would tell you that. And Chelsea being, I think they're the most successful club over the last 10 years or so in England, they would want to continue that. As for Man United, I think it was a bit of a turbulent time. There's all sorts of stuff that's been going on there with, the trying to change the defence, De Gea being rubbish. Pogba, is he staying, is he going? Injuries, Solskjaer, is he good enough? Solskjaer in, Solskjaer out. So for them to finish third is massive for Solskjaer, and it will bring him time. It will give him a little bit of time for next season if they hit the ground running. And I think Man United are in a good position to do that. They've got good young players. I think they just need to get someone in there next to Maguire. I'm not Maguire's biggest fan, but Maguire is not your number one centre-back. Do you know what I mean? He's not your number one centre-back. You need him to be in there next to someone solid so they could complement each other. He's not going to be your go-to centre-back. He's not Van Dijk. So I think Man United have got some work to do in the transfer market. And I know they've gone for Sancho and that's been knocked back or whatever. But I think it might be one of them things where you build from the front and then hope that the defence will... Because they have a decent defensive record this season. I think it's 48 goals in 58 games in all competitions. So it's good, but they could do better. But yeah, I think they're the best of the bad bunch, personally.
First and foremost, I want to shout out Yasser Saeed, shout out Just Beston, shout out Splashnet. I think he's a Man United fan.
Oh, this is the Football Dugout.
Wait, no,
this is not the United get together. This is the Football
BET
Dugout. Please, just answer the question. Let's be professional. Thank you.
Neeks, what award are you?
Shout
Neeks is out there doing BET awards. I
want to thank God, thank my mama. Shout out James. I don't know who James is, but shout out
Daniel James.
Shout out all the Man United fans who trusted and believed among all the criticism, all the hate from some people on this channel, maybe all of them except myself, all the hate that we received. And I hear people talking, oh, look, Man United celebrating top 4. Oh, when Wenger said it, Wenger knew best, Wenger knew shit. Excuse my French, no pun intended. Because
some respect on his name.
8th, They have no right to be questioning what people up in third and fourth are doing. Eric Cantona in the chat, big up yourself. Never ever small up yourself. Listen.
Wait. So when we were finishing top 4 in Wenger and Man United were struggling, say Man United.
No, but when Wenger was saying top 4 is a trophy,
hypocrite.
Look
at hypocrite. Look at hypocrite. When two-faced hypocrites, man.
When Wenger was saying that top 4 was a trophy, we were winning real trophies. The only difference now is your rivals are mid-table Burnley, Sheffield United. You finished behind. St. Tottenham's Day is actually in the bin now. It doesn't exist. It will
do next season. But anyway, the point is, you guys, when we were finishing top 4 and you guys were sitting outside the top 4, what are you celebrating that for? It's just, top 4. But now the tables are turned. That's cool. Do you? Because Champions League is big. You need to be in the Champions League. That's fine. I have no problem with people celebrating finishing in the top 4. I have no problem whatsoever. But just remember, when the same thing was happening with us, you guys were saying, "Why are you celebrating for? What are you celebrating for?"
When you are the biggest club in England, you can do what the hell you want. Because you tell us we won the Premier League.
You shouldn't be celebrating top 4. You're too big for that. We have
won it all.
So, when last did you win the CL? When last did you win the CL?
Doesn't matter.
When last did you win the Champions League? Man, take that rubbish jersey and put it on just been jarring.
Because you lot were waiting. All of you lot in the chat were waiting. Listen, when we drew with Southampton and when we drew with West Ham, make sure you're in the chat. Leaks, come here. Leaks, we'll get on the hangout. Leaks, where is Leaks? When we beat Leicester, I didn't see one message. Not one. Leaks, how you doing? You didn't change my name from Leaks to Neeks to Weeks. I don't hear nothing. So you're all getting it. Only the Man United fans. Big up all of yourself. Big up the ones. Forget that eye test foolish guy. He ain't no. Big up the ones who are supporting Manchester United like you're supposed to. I'm not saying you have to be happy with everything that's gone on this season. Of course not. But you're supposed to support your team. People talking about, I remember when we had people going out there and I want them to lose so Solskjaer can get sacked. You're not a Man United fan. You want your team to lose. No, you want your team to win and you hope that things get better regardless. You lot are jokers. But anyway, Manchester United, Solskjaer, Rashford, Martial, you proved the doubters wrong this season. Of course, there's the biggest steps to go. We know we got a Europa League to finish the campaign. Next season, we need to take another step forward. But we're back at the top table where we should be. That's a bare minimum for me. But going into the season, no one believed it. No one believed that we were going to do it. There's a handful of people who believed that both Man United and Chelsea were going to finish inside the top 4. Everyone, including myself, I thought we were going to finish 5th. I thought Chelsea were going to finish 6th. So I thought Spurs and Arsenal were going to be in the top 4. Spurs were always in it. So for us to finish in the top 4, both of us, clear of Arsenal and Chelsea, with the managers that we had, and I know obviously Arsenal sat their manager, as did Spurs, you have to give credit to them. People don't like to give credit to Lampard. They don't like to give credit to Solskjaer because it doesn't fit their agenda. It means that they have to go back on what they said before. Sometimes it's okay to be wrong. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's okay to be wrong. Solskjaer, Lampard, you did your job.
All right. From your boy Bricklock, who says, "Did you bring on Abdullahi and Ford, Chelsea fans, HH?" Yeah, no. I mean, I brought them on before. I'm not going to bring them on here, but I bring them on whenever Chelsea say, well, what's up? So I'm always happy with my Chelsea fan, but I don't appreciate people like Neeks turning this into a United orgasm fest, man.
But when listen, I tune into your hangout sometimes. And I do the hangers so sometimes.
Yeah, he turned into Javerne.
All the time.
He turned into Javerne there.
All the time. I was watching. What day was it? Friday. And you were talking about Lukaku. And I'm hearing all the digs at Man United didn't play Lukaku. Man United didn't treat Lukaku well. Man United is No, speak about your manager. Speak about Mourinho, who's the one who bought Lukaku, and Lukaku flopped under him. It wasn't Manchester United. Ed Woodward wasn't playing Lukaku. Ed Woodward wasn't making Lukaku fat. He wasn't putting him as a target man. No.
Hey, maybe he was sneaking him some food and that.
Okay, wait. Let's move. No, easy. Let's move. So, Mourinho. Now, there is an image going around.
Are we going to talk about Rodgers?
Mourinho.
Oh, so. Thank you for my time already. Rodgers. Now, here's my thing here. And this is so I asked this to the guys yesterday in the hangout. I want you guys, your thoughts here. What is this? Is this a total choke job? Rodgers and Leicester City choked, and if they did, who do you put the blame on, Rodgers or the players? Because this will now be the second time he choked 13-14 season. Or is it that they overachieved? They should have never even been third in the first place. They just went on a very unlikely run of form, and actually, in actuality, based on the players they had, the squad they have, and so forth, no Mahrez, no Kante, finishing in fifth is actually still a very good result. How do you guys see it?
At the beginning of the season, if you'd have asked Leicester for fifth place finished, they'll be happy. They cannot be happy with the way that it happened. They cannot. You can't be 14 points clear at the turn of the year and end up behind Man United and Chelsea. You can't. You can't. They, as I've said for a long time, the quality of this season hasn't been great. So they were doing what they had to do. And it was just a matter of time because you knew one of the teams, whether it's Chelsea, Man United, Tottenham, Arsenal, whoever, someone would click and start picking up results. Leicester had to know that. All they had to do was pick up points. Pick up points. That's all they had to do. And to go from a 14-point lead to not finishing in the top four is a massive flop. He's choked. Rodgers has choked again. You can say that they had injuries because they did have injuries. I don't think you can say that their squad isn't good enough because it got them there in the first place. They've got some very good players there.
Indeed.
Yeah, they've got some very good players. Some very good players. They have had injuries, so yeah, I'll give them that. But 14 points, man, that's a massive swing. Massive. Even to the last game of the season, it's still in their hands. It's still in their hands. And they threw it away. I think they can't be happy with the way they finish the season. And for me, it's a flop. Rodgers is a choke artist.
Yeah. Bottle Rodgers. He's done it again. He's done it again. He's done it again. Brendan Rodgers, he's done it again. That's terrible. I'm not going to lie. Like, obviously, Man United, yeah, we won the games and we put pressure on the top four. But I was like, yeah, let's try and overtake Chelsea. I wasn't expecting to catch Leicester in third. Like, there's a bad run of form and there's a bad run of form. Southampton, after they got beat by Leicester 9-0, picked up more points after that game, 43, I believe it was. And Leicester.
Let me say that Bournemouth loss was key. That was a loss.
Yeah,
that was a loss.
When Leicester slapped up Southampton 9-0 early in the season, everyone thought, yeah, Leicester's going to be up there. Southampton's going to be down there. Now, of course, yeah, Leicester still finished high in the league, and as Devo said, a position that they would have taken your hand off from the beginning of the season. But when you've got it in your hands and that clear, you can't give it up. You can't get. And I'm not even going to give the injuries excuse because this drop of form, and I'm not saying you did do that, by the way, Devo, but this drop of form started from about December when they got slapped by Liverpool at home. And it just was on a perennial downward spiral. Vardy didn't score from December up until the last game before lockdown. And then they had a few injuries. I know Pereira was out for a while, but then the injuries started accumulating. So it was hard for them to get back into it. But they were already going down. If anything, the break should have been better for them because they needed to regroup. But they just didn't recover. They really didn't recover. So, good season for Leicester, all in all. But they're going to be disappointed. They're going to be upset that they're not in the Champions League next year.
So, from Mr. Yasser side, who says, this super chat is for Sir Leaks.
For weeks, read.
And Arsenal fans should hang their hands in shame. They are a relegation battle side without without Aubameyang. Respect to Wenger, of course. Always respect to Wenger. So before we go over to Mr. Mourinho, because that's a huge topic. Because I've got things to say about that, guys. Support your boys at the patreon.com/football dugout. Support your boys, patreon.com/football dugout, because I think hopefully this week we'll be trying to compile our own personal all-time Premier League 11 that will not include Jerry Maguire. Whoever had Maguire in that season team, you're sniffing glue. So
let me just say quickly, I tested. He just sent me a message in the thing. He said he wants the best for United. He's sorry, but Rashford's not the guy. We need Sancho. We need Sancho. Don't get me wrong. I want Sancho very badly. Have Hope just went very, very dark. Obviously, the suntan he got out there in the British summer. But what's going on there? What's happening?
What's going on?
Have Hope you're
Hey, that's cameras. That's a switch cameras.
The veil has been lifted. But yes, we do need Sancho. But what's that got to do with Rashford? What's that got to do with Rashford? You've been on the guy's case. The fact that you call him Marcus Rashford, you're not a Man United.
He's got an agenda.
You would not diss your own players like that. I don't care if you don't rate them. There's a lot of I don't rate Jesse Lingard. But I'm not going to come in here and start slating him and dragging him through the mud. And that's what you do.
Until he's left.
Huh?
Once he's left Man United, then you could do them things.
If you want, yeah. But while they are here, you do not do that.
Yeah.
So when you learn that, then maybe I might consider that you're a Man United fan. But until then, I will keep saying what I'm saying.
Here.
So guys, remember, man, link is below in the description box, patreon.com/football dugout. Support your boys, support your lovely black boys. That's not a racist. Let's roll with Mourinho. Now, here's my thing here with Mourinho. So there's a vid going now, and everyone is going on this vid. First of all, can't a man celebrate? Can't a man hug other people? I get it. It's COVID-19. I get it. Social distancing. I get it. But they've been tested. So they got the draw. They confirmed 6th place, and he hugged everyone. Now, here is my thing. People said, this is embarrassing. How can you celebrate coming 6th? It's terrible. When Mourinho took over, Tottenham were hovering over the relegation zone. The dressing room, they were fighting each other. People were threatening each other's wives. There were death threats and so forth. Mourinho came in. He united a dressing room all over the guise of a flipping Amazon Prime documentary, filming every single thing. And he guided them from almost relegation to 6th. That is a victory. So I don't understand how anybody can hate on that quality piece of job done by your boy Jose, the big man, the GOAT Mourinho. So Tottenham. Before I come, actually no, I'm going to come to Neeks first because I know Devo will have something in his friend sneaky there. First of all, your reaction to Mourinho's celebration? How would you review Tottenham's season, transitioning from Poch to Mourinho?
I heard about the celebration before I saw it, so it wasn't like a shock. Obviously, I was kind of, let me just see what happened. I thought like the way people were describing it, I thought he had run onto the pitch and come on, guys, knee slide down the touchline. He was just with his staff in it. And the reality is, Mourinho is under pressure. Mourinho had a lot of pressure, maybe put on by himself, but just the outside world, because we know how it's all ended with, Man United, at Chelsea. All eyes are on him. This Spurs side got to the Champions League final last year. They flopped at the beginning of the season. It's his job. He spoke a lot of good words during his exile, so to speak. And he spoke about how he's going to use a new man with new tactics and blah, blah. So we're expecting, okay, maybe we've got a new Mourinho. Let's see what you can do. I ain't seen a new Mourinho yet. He's fallen out with players already in Dembele. I'm not saying that's Mourinho's fault. Dembele has to take some accountability, but it's happened. The football is still then good. Again, the pressure is on. He has to get results. And the reality with Mourinho, if he's not winning with his trophies and games, it ain't good. It's not like you're going to get exciting football, but you're not winning games. He's not giving you nothing but wins or losses. No in between. So the pressure is on him to get results. He's a results man. Everyone knows that. And you know what? He done his job. This season, so he done his job. He took them from 14th to 6th. And 6th was a decent position. Like, I wasn't expecting to go past Wolves. Obviously, they were always within touching distance of Arsenal. To be fair, at one point they were in touching distance of Man United. I think the lockdown was good for them as well because of the amount of people that they had out injured, and they got them back. The likes of Harry Kane. People spoke about, Harry Kane looks finished, blah, blah, blah. By the end of the season, after he got a few games in his legs, he's looking back to his best. I don't know what's happened with Dele Alli. He started very well under Jose, and there's a few players who look like they're performing under Jose. The football just ain't good, and that's all you can really discredit him for. Listen, his job from Daniel Levy would have been get us back into Europe, and maybe we might get a bit more money to make the signings. He's probably celebrating that he might get a few millions to get some players. That's what he's probably celebrating more than anything. Because you know how Daniel Levy ain't going to be loosening them purse strings in 748. So, respect to what he did, this season. But the real judge is going to be next season. What can you do when you get your players and you got a full season?
All
right, before I come to Devil, let's just so Mr. Gatlock, thank you for the super chat, says that HH, you were questioning Liverpool celebrating winning the Premier League. It's called degree of difficulty. Liverpool, and first of all, I wasn't understand. So Liverpool, no, celebrating the Premier League. All I said was, bro, like Chelsea have about 40 of these titles. But the thing with Tottenham is easy, relax, chill, is from where they were. So the degree of difficulty was better. So therefore, the success and the celebration should be greater. Devil.
Firstly, I understand Mourinho's lifted them from the doldrums of the bottom of the league and he's got them into sixth and everything like that. It's not an easy job that he took on. I do believe if they would have kept Pochettino, they probably would have ended up sixth anyway. I don't think Mourinho necessarily has come and changed anything. I agree with Neeks. I think the lockdown helped them because without Harry Kane, they ain't finishing sixth. Harry Kane's come back and scored some vital goals. And Harry Kane's banged 18 league goals this season. I don't even know how that's possible. He missed half the season. But in terms of the celebration, it's purely for the DVD. It's purely for the show. It's for the show. It's for the Amazon show.
And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
It's fine. I'm just saying I understand the celebrations. I'm not cussing them for that because they got a documentary to sell. They need footage for the documentary, so that will look great on the documentary. Then they could do the end, and Mourinho did it. He got them to Europe, and they could show the thing of him hugging his assistant manager. You know what I mean? And then the big, powerful speech in the dressing room.
They'll have the background noise with it. They'll slow it down.
Yeah, they'll slow it down, and then they'll have.
That's what Mourinho's my boy.
They'll be doing the speech
Hollywood,
in the change room.
Your boy Mourinho's his box office, man.
In the change room where they're popping all the Lucozade and that, and everyone's all shirtless, and then they have this whole thing, and they're doing a song, and they've all got their phones out, and then it will fade to black. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. The club's a joke.
That's harsh, man. That's harsh. And no, look, I can't actually wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. That doc is going to be amazing. From just says that.
Quickly, you know what I can't wait for? The Anelka documentary.
I want to see that. That's going to be good.
Yeah,
that's going to be good.
I think that's like August 8th, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah,
that's going to be good.
That's going to be good. Actually, that's a whole other discussion about Anelka, man. Who I believe Anelka would have been one of the best strikers of his generation if he said, see, people don't forget how good that guy was.
If you cared
a lot of you young kids, you don't know what Anelka was doing for Arsenal. Where this guy, he was Torres before Torres, 1v1 goal. That guy was a maximum. That guy was a maximum.
I hope he says that the moment that he won us the Champions League in 08.
What?
I hope they slow down the moment when he won us the Champions League in 2008. When he missed the penalty. Bang.
When last did United win ACL? When last did United win a Champions League? 2000 and okay. Go. Look at this dude, man. From winning the CL to celebrating sixth, little man is done. Just best and don't hate. You have to have more positivity in your heart. Why can't his hate celebrate that, man? Okay, this is interesting. Thoughts on Marcelo Bielsa for next season?
Oh yeah.
Everyone getting cancelled.
But you know what? Leeds United fans are scummy.
Oh, yeah.
They are scummy. But Leeds, I'm quite happy to see them back. They're a big football club, and Bielsa's going to be entertainment. He's going to be entertainment.
I want to taunt them every time we play. How dare they beat us with Jermaine Beckford in the FA Cup? How dare they, sitting in League One, come to Old Trafford? I like Jermaine Beckford. I do. But no,
Baller.
Disrespect.
All right, so moving from the Premier League, man, Mbappe. So, some psychopath who is a loser with no life called Fessin Best. I don't know who that guy's name is.
Loic Perrin.
Loic Bricken. Decided
captain
to
of Saint Etienne.
He decided to evoke his inner Donien to, for some reason, break Mbappe's legs. So Mbappe ankle sprain. He will it's 3 weeks. He will officially be out for the quarterfinal against Atalanta. So my question is this: how much do PSG need Mbappe? Can PSG still go all the way and win the Champions League without Mbappe? How important is Mbappe to this team? Or can the great GOAT, Neymar, the Lord of all, Neymar, win it by himself? Because
can I just say, firstly, one thing? I don't think that tackle was that bad. It was mistimed. He missed the ball ever so slightly. If it wasn't for the kerfuffle and pushing and blah, 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 he wouldn't have been sent off. Because the referee was looking at the whole thing thinking, oh, what do I do? What do I do? He saw everyone pushing and fighting and thought, nah, that's bad, red. I don't think it was that bad.
No, but Devo, the thing is that whenever your feet leave the ground, it's crazy. My thing about it is that, okay, see, do a professional foul. Talk him. Grab him. You can easily talk him, grab him, like that. But to literally go in like flying like that, knowing that the chances of you making this, especially knowing that Mbappe is quicker than you, are as false. He obviously knew that I'm going to make a professional foul. I want to stop him in his tracks. He didn't really believe he was going to actually win the ball.
He was very close to winning that ball. Very close. Anyway, either way, I think if PSG can't get past Atalanta without Mbappe, then they should just fold the club. Why are you spending all that? Why are you spending all that
they
money?
They should have folded the club when they lost to these clowns, Boychester divided.
Yeah.
So
you're spending all this money on Icardi, Neymar, Sarabia, all these other players that you're spending big money on, and you lose one and you can't beat Atalanta? Who are Atalanta to PSG? Having said that, Atalanta are banging in goals for fun in Serie A, but I'd imagine PSG should go into that as heavy favourites. And if you can't turn over Atalanta, then you have no right to be in that competition anyway.
Neeks?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. If they can't beat Atalanta without Mbappe, then they ain't winning the Champions League with Mbappe. It's as simple as that. I don't think they can win it without him, to be fair. I'm going to be completely honest. I think Atletico will probably be their semi-final opponent, and we know he may be back because I think it's in 3 weeks, so he may be back for the semi-final, but he should definitely be back for the final if they make it. If they get to the final and he's there, then they've got every chance. But it ain't going to be easy to get past Atletico without it. That's the
thing. Atletico without Mbappe.
It's a one-off game. Atletico is just going to sit back and try and get a set piece. There's no second chances. It's 190 minutes, possibly 120. They might need to rush him back for that semi. I'm not going to lie. We all like a semi on a Saturday.
And he will be desperate to try and go in there for no. But see, my thing is because see that's the thing is like I'm not sure whether I even asked you guys this format. Who do you think, if there's one team that's left in it, who do you think it benefits the most? One game, no two-legged thing. You don't have your home stadium as an advantage. No fans. What is the one that says, yes?
I said originally PSG, but that's with all their players fit and raring to go. I think PSG, their problem has often been the second leg in this competition. So I think PSG, knowing it's a one-off game and knowing they can beat anyone in a one-off game, I think it would have suited them. But on the other hand, Atletico Madrid are another side who would suit one leg because they can do what Simeone does, just sit back, nick a goal, and they only have to defend for 90 minutes as opposed to 180. So both of those sides, I think, would be quite looking forward to the one-game format.
I feel like Man City might benefit, not necessarily from the one-game format, but it's the fact that there's no like home and away legs, because Man City, they can struggle when it comes to pressure of these Champions League games, because quality-wise, they should have reached the final a long time ago. But I've been in the stadium a couple of times. I remember when they lost to PSG in a quarter-final a few years back, and the nervousness in the ground, obviously not from me, I was sitting there with a big smile on my face in the PSG, but the nervousness in the ground is deafening, you might say. They don't really believe that their team can do it. Even until they won the Premier League in 2012, obviously that was their first one, they didn't really believe. And I think Man City need to get over that hurdle. And I think that having no fans there can benefit them. They can just go out and play their football, do what Pep wants. It's similar to even this whole running. The no fans benefited Man United a lot. Obviously, we know playing the weaker teams, they sometimes a lot of that feel the fans. But the pressure that we were under, especially the last few games, Southampton, West Ham, and Leicester, having fans there as well, I think we could have crumbled. I'm not going to lie. So I think Man City would benefit. Whether they go and win it, but I think they can perform better with no fans there.
From your boy, Anthony says, who better Premier League striker, Kane or Drogba?
Kane.
Yeah, well, in terms of consistency, volume of goals, Kane. But I mean, he's
Premier
not more
League
clutch.
striker is Kane. Yeah, Premier League is Kane.
Well, not Drogba. Vardy's better than Drogba.
All right,
in
so
the Premier League, yeah.
Okay, so last 10 minutes, guys, send in any questions. Last 10 minutes,
we've missed out a big subject here. We have to talk about Jordan Henderson winning this award.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
We can't.
Sorry. Thank you for the time.
Cannot skip that.
So now let's be clear here. Let's be clear about this. Now, I think it was actually Samuel who actually said this to me from the hangout, that this is the Football Writers Award. So the Football Writers Award is not the PFA award. These are two very different awards. But again, it's a good discussion starter, because now people are now saying that, wait a minute, Henderson? So here's where I stand with the whole Henderson thing. Was he even Liverpool's best player? Now, people use the arguments of what did Liverpool do without Henderson, and Liverpool have always struggled without Henderson and so forth. For me, that's still a moot point. That is not enough for you to be called the best player in the season. Whether, when he didn't play, the team lost. When he played, the team struggled. Is how did he perform as an individual? And for me, this is an individual award. It is independent of how your team did. Is how well you played your role. For me, you can't look past De Bruyne. I believe De Bruyne was one assist away from, I think. So I think he equaled
it, yeah.
So he equaled Henry's assist record, which is insane. First of all, it is insane what Henry did, because remember, Henry was doing that as a flipping striker, which is insane. Yeah. But still, he equaled that assist record, showing you that what a crazy, amazing season this guy has had. And there is no way Henderson should win any award. Writers, nursery school, what's this? Any award, he should not be winning it over thingy. And I believe they say that Sadio Mane's goals won the most points for Liverpool. So you can even look at a Sadio Mane and say that he should win. Van Dijk, he's been huge for Liverpool. So for me, I'd even put Van Dijk and Sadio Mane ahead of them. But for me, you can't look past De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne has been the most exceptional player, and I think it is unfair you holding how Man City have failed this season because of dipping form in Sterling, Laporte not being too well, Jesus not really stepping his game up. It is unfair to now hold those things against what De Bruyne as an individual has done this season. So that's pretty much where I stand within it. Devo?
Yeah, it's an individual award. And I've seen a lot of people saying, yeah, well, he led this team and without him, blah, blah, blah. So I did a few bits of checking, and the games that they didn't win, he was in the Everton game. He was in the Man City game when they got tonked. They didn't lose too many games this season. So what are you talking about? In the games that he weren't there, what did you lose? Take Mane out of that team, there's a good chance you don't win the league. Mane's goals were very important to that Liverpool side. Salah, who a lot of Liverpool fans were saying was robbed last season, or whenever it was that Sterling won it, they're saying Salah should have won it. Salah had a better claim to the award than Henderson. Trent, Van Dijk, there's many of them. So a lot of people saying it's anti-Liverpool because we think De Bruyne should have won it. The fact is, De Bruyne was the exceptional player this season. No player was better than him in the league this season. And it's an individual award. So you've got a man who has equaled a long-standing Premier League record, which very few players have even come close to breaking. The players that have come close are Cesc Fabregas, Ozil, Frank Lampard, and De Bruyne himself. This is the second time he's come close to breaking that record. And no one else has come close to it. He also scored 11 goals in that time. So it's not like he just banged assists. He scored goals. He created almost double the amount of chances than the person who was next to him in the big chances created. I think he created 50 odd. And the next person down was Grealish with 33. So all of these tables he was top of. And then you have Henderson with 4 goals and 5 assists. So how can you compare the two when Henderson weren't even top in his team? He wasn't the best player in Liverpool. But because he's captain, and they say, oh, it's because of things that they do off the pitch as well. Well, unless he created the will, or somehow, has been giving out lottery money to people on the sly. I don't understand what he could have done to make him win this award. It just shows punditry and journalism is dead from now on out. I don't give a shit what a journalist says, what a pundit says. I'm going to be, but you man thought Henderson was better than De Bruyne in that year, so I don't listen to what he's saying. That's ridiculous. It just doesn't compute to me. When you look at what De Bruyne has done, and you can sit there and go, yeah, he's done that, but Henderson's captain of Liverpool, so I'm going to give it to Henderson. What kind of foolishness is that? So the next time a team goes and wins everything, we're going to go, you know what, you're a captain of that team, you've got to win the award as well. That's what people are saying.
It's stupid.
Roy Keane should have won the Football Writers Award in '99. Do you know what I mean? Adams should have won it. What kind of foolishness are we talking? Forget what everyone else did. Forget the fact that Ronaldo banged.
Yeah. Why didn't they give it to Wes Morgan when Leicester won the league?
Do you see what I'm saying? It's stupid. It's so stupid. Makes no
sense. Why they didn't give it to Wes Morgan. Neeks.
Firstly, shout out Roy Keane because he did win it in 2000, by the way, when we defended the title.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's because of his performances. Right?
It was.
So, yeah.
It was because he also won the PFA Player of the Year.
Precisely.
And for me, it's very telling to see how the people that win the FWA, how good were they really? Because if they were that good, they'll win the PFA. And I don't believe Henderson will win the PFA. He shouldn't win the PFA. As been stated, and it's not about a Liverpool thing, Trent has been better than him in this season. Mane's been better than him this season. Van Dijk's been better than him this season. At least 3 players have in his own team has been better than him this season. So I don't even have to mention De Bruyne. What I would say, I'm not surprised. And I'm not upset, disappointed, annoyed because I'm not surprised. Scott Parker won it in 2011 when Cam nearly got relegated. He was captain who ran a lot and shouted a lot and somehow got in the England side. And that's what they like. That's what they like. So I wasn't surprised. It didn't shock me one bit. If anything, I would have been more surprised if he didn't win it. Not going to lie. Because it's the same reasoning why Scott Parker won it in 2011 ahead of Gareth Bale, who won the PFA. Additionally, in 2016, Jamie Vardy won it, whilst Mahrez won the PFA, and Kante didn't win either of those awards. Jamie Vardy was very good in 2016, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't Leicester's best player. Riyad Mahrez was, and N'Golo Kante was. Vardy was very important. But the story of him, rising from the non-league to fire Leicester, effectively did, to fire them to the title. That is what, so they were given credit for the circumstance more than what you actually did. Raheem Sterling, for me, I actually feel he should have won the PFA Player of the Year last year. I'm not going to begrudge, what's his name, Van Dijk it, but I do feel that Sterling should have won it. But he didn't. But he won the Football Writers. His performance on the pitch arguably deserved it, but it's the work additionally off the pitch, all the things they had to deal with and what he was doing, the context around it. And I think the context around Jordan Henderson and Liverpool not winning the league for 30 years, missing out, being so close last year and going again. And captaincy is still big. So for me personally, De Bruyne was the best player in the league without a shadow of a doubt. And I expect that he's going to win the PFA Player of the Year. He might not, but I expect he's going to win it. So I think it's the wrong decision for Henderson to win it, but I understand.
So, but who do you guys think will win the PFA Player of the Year, though?
Oh, De Bruyne.
I think De Bruyne will win it.
De Bruyne, yeah.
So,
I should.
do you think? No. Oh, no. So is PFA voted by the players?
By the players. Yeah.
By the players. Yeah.
So I think it'll be De Bruyne to win the PFA and maybe Rashford to win the young player.
No, Trent will win young player.
Although Rashford beat him in that. Well, that was the F.
Rashford came third in the FWA, which obviously you talk about the off-field stuff. During the coronavirus. So the context of the FWA is, I know it's not 100% football related, so I'm not gonna give it a lot of my time in terms of their decision, because it's not purely based on football in that regard. Rashford should never come third, nowhere near. But there's a context to it.
Well, guys, that is it for us. We are building up to the CL. Thursday. we still have to Thursday because me and Devo will go head to head.
Wait, what?
Saturday.
What?
Oh,
the FA Cup final. Yeah,
we were in FA Cup on Thursday.
No, FA Cup.
No. It was just so.
I'm gonna be in Devon as well, so I'm in the middle of some farm, so I'm gonna have to try and find a pub somewhere to watch FA Cup final.
Damn, say hi to all the horses, man, and stuff.
Alpacas.
So, remember, guys, follow Neeks and Devo below in the description box. Their Twitter handles are below in the description box. And remember to follow and become a patron and support the Football Dugout show at patreon.com/Football Dugout. The link is in the description box. Peace out, stay true, and we'll see you guys.
Wait. I just want to know who do you think is going to win the FA Cup?
Oh, Chelsea. I mean, we'll talk more about it on Thursday, but I believe Chelsea will win it. It'll be a good game. It will be a good game, but Chelsea have the.
I can see it now. I can see Oliver Giroud's going to win. He's going to. I will probably cry.
I don't.
Olivier.
Or it could be a Giroud own goal, and then he rips off his shirt, and he's wearing an Arsenal shirt. Arsene Wenger's face on it.
No. After what he did at the Europa League, man, I think his allegiances are very much with.
Yeah, I don't know if I could take him doing that to us again. To be fair.
I mean, Devo, do you believe Arsenal will win?
I don't believe that we'll win. I hope that we win. That's all I can say.
Honestly, I don't even know who I want to win, and the reason why I say that, I don't like Arsenal. I don't really like Chelsea for the last, I would say, for 10 years, maybe? About 10 years. Probably even longer, to be honest. I've never liked Arsenal. But I know if Arsenal win, all I'm going to be hearing is, we had a better season than you because we won the trophy.
You know it. You know it.
2 weeks to see if we can win.
We are shameless.
Of course you are.
Shameless.
You have to clutch onto something. But then Chelsea, if Chelsea win the FA Cup, for me, they've actually had a better season than us. Because they finished in the top 4 and won it. But they're not going to go on about it. Arsenal fans will go on about it.
No. Basically, Troops will basically cry. He'll basically cry, again, and he'll fall into tears.
You know what? Maybe I want Arsenal to lose just so I can enjoy my Saturday evening, AFTV and chill. Maybe. But
the perfect script will be like 1-1, like 95th minute. Like 122nd minutes, deep into second time. Cross comes through. Giroud.
Nah. You know the same scenario. 122nd minute, ball comes in. Louise hacks at it, bottom corner, own goal. that is the script.
You know what? I would actually, like, either one of those, whether Giroud scores the winner or David Luiz scores the winner, I think it's gonna be brilliant because both of them will celebrate to the death. They don't care. They don't care. They would rip off their shirt and run to the fans that don't exist at Wembley. No. I'm bannering someone on Saturday.
No. It would be poetic. No. It would be if Luis scored the winner, that would be poetic. That would be poetic if he scored the winner for Arsenal. Because look, man. We'll see you guys on Thursday where we will take your Q&A and we'll also be discussing more about this FA Cup that Chelsea have their hands on, man. So remember, follow us on the Patreon, patreon.com/Football Dugout. The link is in the description box below. Peace out, stay true, and we're out. Peace.